Good morning, everybody. Orange J here with another War of the Visions video, and today we are going to talk about Knight of Ruin Stern, aka Emo Stern, aka the guy a lot of people think his EX job is really underwhelming. We're going to dive into that, see if it is underwhelming, like is he going to be good, is he going to be bad, should you work on him? We're going to try and answer all those questions right now. But before we get to that, we have a special bonus summon to do because we're getting free 10 pulls this week. So let's do a 10 pull just for fun. I'll have a sip of my monster because I seem to have a bit of a frog in my throat. Delicious. Nothing will cure your ailments like a monster. Kids, don't listen to me. Anyway. While we click through this little poll right here, I do want to remind you that this video, like all of my videos, is sponsored by the Amazon version of the game. So if you need some Vizior this week, please consider using my Amazon Koi affiliate link. It really helps out the channel. And as you can see, it doesn't look like I'm going to get much from this poll, so I need all the help. Nah, I'm kidding, I ain't begging. But if you guys do use that link, it helps me out a bunch. Hopefully, all of our polls, if we're polling, are better than the poll you just saw. Let's start talking about Stern. And to start the conversation about Stern, let's start where we start most of these videos by looking at his stat increases from 99 to 115 to 120, and you see those on the screen now. I want to point out in particular, I think they got all of his stat increases right for exactly the type of unit Ruin Stern is going to be. Number one, he's a massive threat. Like, he's a threat to just kill you, and his attack goes up in a massive way. 341 at level 99 becomes 436 at level 115 and 497 at 120. A massive increase from 341 all the way up to near 500. His agility also picks up 2 more points, which is a big deal because one of Ruin Stern's best builds is as an evasion unit. Evasion units need agility to, be fast and dodge. He's picking up 2 more there, and his luck gets a nice boost from 228 up to 282 at level 120, and that's the other really important stat for evasion units. They need agility, they need luck, and obviously they need the evasion stat, which he has plenty of in his kit. So I really think they got his stat upgrades where they needed to be. Notice his HP, he gains almost 1,000 HP. He was a squishy guy. At level 99 for a double cost unit, 2,686 HP, put him in that squishy range. Getting almost 1,000 more will help him not be one-shot all the time. And when you're thinking of an evasion unit in particular, every time they don't die, that's more chances for them to evade. So I really like his stat increases, and I think they did that part really well. But that's not the whole story, obviously, right? Words. We need to go look at his skills to see how the EX upgrade is really going to flesh out. And I want to start, when I'm talking about Ruin Stern's kit, by talking about master abilities. In particular, I want to talk about Ruin Stern and Gilgamesh, because I've been reading comments in my videos on Discord, etc. about Gilgamesh. So let's switch over, let's look at Gilgamesh for a second, and notice with Gilgamesh, he has 2 master abilities. When he got his EX upgrade, he gained a second one, and I think a lot of people, when they were thinking about, okay, Gilgamesh, old 100 cost UR unit, got his EX upgrade and got second mastery ability, and I think they were hoping for Ruin Stern to get that. And I do understand that hope, right? Like, if he's one of your favorite characters, of course, you want him to become stronger. However, they decided not to do that. Ruin Stern's master ability is just remaining the same, and I think that's fine. When you talk about Gilgamesh, he really needed that master ability upgrade to maintain his spot as like a double cost relevant PvP unit in the global version of the game. I do not believe Ruin Stern needed that. However, I will say, I wish that all old units in this game, and I'm talking about units before that buff that current new units have, right, where their elemental partners and themselves gain elemental attack and HP buff, I think all old units who are getting an EX upgrade should get that. It would have been really nice to throw that on Ruin Knight Stern and any other of the old units that are getting upgrades. I'll die on that hill. I don't think it would have broke the game at all for Ruin Stern or any other old unit to get that. So there you go. If that's a deal breaker for you, pass. You don't have to build him. You can just pass on this guy really, really easily. Okay, let's look at what's actually getting EX'd upgrade. When you're thinking about Ruinstern, there's a couple different ways to build him. His support skills are not getting changed at all, so I think you stick in both of the, I think the camps for how you build Ruinstern don't change. You have Desperation, which is a, essentially self-sacrifice, a 60% attack buff for a 5% decrease in all your resistances. With his HP gain from his EX upgrade, this becomes less risky. Like before, I think you ran this almost all the time because you're like, look, if I get hit, I'm going to get one shot, so I'll trade off 5% resistance for 60% more attack. But now, I think maybe especially if you're going evasion, you might want to run Soul of the Sword and Avoidance up, stack that evasion. You're getting 25% attack instead of 60, but it's still nice. You do lose 3 defense, but you're gaining a lot of evasion. Anyway, none of that stuff changed. Let's go look at what did change. We're going to go down to his main job here. And note in particular that the skills that got upgraded are skills he used anyway. He didn't get obscure skills in his kit upgraded and now you have to hope that the AI will randomly use them now. No. His good skills that the AI likes to use got upgraded. First up, Roar of Ruin. This is a 40% attack and 40 accuracy buff in its old form. It gains AP consumption down by 25%. This is really nice, and in particular, this is nice for Ruinstern, a unit that can use Uldoa's TMR. If you have Uldoa's TMR, it's going to give Ruinstern more defense pin, to the point where he's really not caring a whole lot about defense, but it doesn't give you the kind of AP regeneration to use his very, very expensive AP attack skills. However, it does give you a little bit, and maybe when combined with an AP consumption buff from Roar of Ruin as it changes to Threat of Ruin, maybe that gives him another skill use of Hazard Crusher, which is the other skill that got upgraded. Let's check that out. Hazard Crusher. This is his big AoE attack, right? The staple attack of Knight of Ruinstern, in my opinion. It consumed the old version, consumed 20% of his HP, debuffed the defense of the target by 30 for 3 turns, and then at 185% damage in Medina limit break sized AoE. Note, it is very expensive at 36 AP for just a regular skill. It gets upgraded, and now the HP consumption is only 10%. That's really nice. It still decreases defense by 30, does 185% damage in the same AoE, but also now decreases healing power by 50 for 3 turns for the target. That's nice, right? That healing debuff will be pretty clutch. I like that upgrade, and I also like that it gains another use. It goes from a 2-use ability to a 3-use ability. This is his, biggest core damage dealer, so I like that upgrade. Then his job level 25 skill, Barrier Break. Another thing he needed in his kit, in my opinion. This will break physical barriers and do 165% damage. Think about Cloud's Limit Break does this, right? It's single target, has really nice range, and will destroy Titus's barrier, Black Rose Helena's barrier, something like that, then deal the damage. This is something he needed, a way to get around barriers and do his damage. Okay, now those are his upgrades. I want to do one more thing before I talk about if he's worth it or not, though. And that thing is a little bit of a side-by-side comparison with him and Venera. Both are now level 120 EX units who are pre that master ability upgrade that I talked about earlier in the video. However, Venera is a very relevant unit in high-end PvP right now. I know in our Guild Wars, we like to run Venera on defense because she's a difficult evasion unit to deal with. She's quick at 82 agility, she has a lot of luck, she dodges a lot, she can buff her own evasion just like Ruinstern can, and she has a way of getting around slash resistance on the enemy team. Her way is with missile attacks, right? Venera brings a second damage type to the table. Ruinstern does not. So let's look at Ruinstern's stats compared to Venera's. He has a lot more HP than she does, but she has a lot more attack than he does. However, Ruinstern is bringing more agility, more luck, and defense penetration. So that's his ticket. He's going to be a little rough against a lot of slash resistance, unless you build some slash resistance pin in there with vision cards or something like that. But he has high crit, he's going to have a lot of defense pin, and his this dude hurts. I know the stats and the upgrades might not tell the whole story, and on paper Ruinstern might not look that threatening. However, if you've ever played against an actual well-built Ruinstern, the dude is devastating. He's really good, and I think he's going to be comparable in power level to a 120 Venera, if not maybe a little bit stronger, and a really, really good partner for her in a Dark Evasion comp with something like Black Rose Helena and her Vision card boosting everybody's agility. Okay, that was my little comparison there. Now, do I think he's worth building? The answer to this is a little bit gray. I think if you don't have him at all, like if you're a newer player and you don't have Ruinstern period in your account, easy pass. I don't think his EX job is going to be a meta-defining, game-changing thing like Black Rose Helena or Dwayne or something like that. Or what I hope that, new Starlight Ellen is going to be. We'll find out. But if you don't have him, easy pass in my opinion. If you're one of the older players who's played this game for a long time, you've had Ruinstern in your, just in your account, and every once in a while you pull a dupe and you've been collecting Mind Spheres. Like, guys, I have over 500 Ruinstern Mind Spheres. This is an easy EX upgrade for me. It will cost me no Visior, just some Blossoms of Paradise, and some EX materials. In that case, I think it's an easy yes. If you're somewhere in between there, I think you just need to think about, do I like to run, like, my Dark squad? Do I like to run Dark Slash in PvE? Let's not forget, Ruinstern is a monster of a PvE unit in a Dark Slash team. Keep that in mind. And there you go. My recommendation is, if it's an easy EX upgrade for you, or you just love to play Dark Slash, I think it's a yes. If you're a new player, you don't have him yet, and you're going to have to build him from scratch, I would probably recommend passing, but those are just my recommendations. Follow your heart, you guys. Play the game how you want, and there you go. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please click the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. We're almost at 9,000 subs, which means it's like that last push to 10,000 is coming. And there it is. Have a good day, everybody. Peace.